1. It happened. I have a neckbeard story worth sharing. First off, some necessary background. I work at a pizza place. It's the smaller one of 3 from the same chain in my city, and I'm both working as a regular employee and an assistant manager for the owner of these 3 places. In my specific location, I'm not the only native, but also the only woman working there. So every day I work surrounded by male immigrants who are all a delightful bunch to work with. As the only one native Dutch, and also fluent in English, I'm handling 99% of phone calls and customers walking in during my shifts, on request of the owner, who is also an immigrant. Now on to the beardy story, so here's our cast. Me, you guessed it. As supervisor, great guy and the one who trained me. Pizza Beard, our hero, the neckbeard of this story. So last night, I had another late shift from 6 p.m. till close to 11 p.m. And things were rather busy from the moment I walked in. Around 8 p.m., everything calmed down like usual, so I was able to do some multitasking with minor assistant manager duties while still taking orders and answering phone calls. Then in walks our hero, our messiah, our knight in shining armor, the neckbeard. This guy was tall, big. I'm not exactly skinny myself, but compared to him, I was practically anorexic, and had the typically scruffy, unkempt attempt at a beard. It was raining, so he had a hoodie on. When he took that down, I wished he would go through the rain without it, as it was clear his hair could use some water at least. Oh boy, I did not like the results of him walking to the counter, where I am. The smell hit me like a greasy old stained frying pan flung in my face by the mountain in Game of Thrones. Luckily, I have customer service down pat, thanks to previous jobs in retail and call centers, so I managed to hide my repulsion, can't even describe the smell, and the following conversation ensued. Note I'm translating from Dutch, so some things might sound a bit off in English. Hi, welcome to Pavlov's Pizza, how may I help you? Pizza Beard looks around at my colleagues, who are all busy making a rather big delivery order we received online, and then at me. Yes, I would like to make an order to take away. Certainly, sir. What pizza would you like to order? I want to order the mushroom special, extra large, and something for you, my darling. Now, we are not allowed to accept customers buying us food, so of course I politely decline his offer, and only note down the extra large pizza he ordered for himself. I really hope it is not just for him alone. A pizza that size needs at least 6 people, but considering his size... I'm flattered by the offer, sir, but we aren't allowed to accept customers buying us food, so that will be 1 extra large mushroom special. Oh, but you will not be working here any longer. As soon as you have put the order through, I'm taking you home. A delicate young woman such as yourself shouldn't work surrounded by savage men like these. He gestures at my colleagues, who can hear everything and understand most of what he's saying, despite all of them still learning Dutch. And I can hear some of them utter in Arabic curse words under their breath, which I'm pretty sure meant to insult him, if he understood. Oh, don't worry, sir, my colleagues are a delight to work with, and I feel rather safe working here with them, despite what people might think. At this point, it's getting hard for me to keep my customer service smile going, but I do my best. Pizza Beard puffs out his chest at this point and tries to sound like a snobby kid that was raised in some important rich family. In Dutch, those people have a specific way of speaking, especially to set themselves apart from the commoners we are. Well, if you were to come with me, I would take care of you, and you wouldn't need to work another day of your life. I'm rich, you know, and I know women of standards such as yourself at least care about that. I'm guessing he thinks I am one of the women of standards, because I had my phone in my hands earlier, for my assistant manager duties to communicate with the owner, as it has a brand new pretty case with a butterfly relief on. That, at first glance, might seem like something fancy. My boyfriend bought me the phone and the case for Christmas, as my old phone started dying after 7 years of dutiful service. Oh, I am sorry, sir, but I am taken. My boyfriend and I are both working hard to arrange being able to live together, and we have been dating for almost 2 years by now. Also, I don't mind working, it makes me feel useful, and I am proud at every cent I earn with my own hard work. In the past, telling people this has done its charms, as I had people in my other jobs offering me something similar. No idea why, though. I do not think I'm that special or extra pretty looking or anything. If anything, I'm a tad too chubby and always have some allergic reaction going on with a rash in my neck, or even my face. So you have a boyfriend? Is he the reason you have marks on your skin? Pointing at the rash I have on the side of my neck. I hate my list of allergies. Oh, if you were mine, I would treat you like the queen you are. And especially not let you get hurt in any way, let alone hurt you myself. Oh no, that is just some rash I got. I have a few allergies, and I think something new in my studio might have caused this rash. No, my boyfriend treats me great and respects my choices. By this time, I can see his pizza is being put in the oven, and I pray the oven gets in overdrive so I can get this guy to pay and leave. Pizza Beard isn't responding either, so I'm being hopeful that he got the message, while I resume some of my other duties on my phone and screen on the counter. It took me a while to realize this, but Pizza Beard was leaning over the counter, close to me and trying to read what I was doing. When I realized this, I tapped the home button on my phone, which was a picture of my boyfriend as home screen, and look at him with question and annoyance in my face. My customer service smile is fading. Can I help you? Your pizza is almost ready. So is that your boyfriend? He points at my phone, which is still on the home screen with the picture of my boyfriend, and I nod. Yes, that is him. Did you think I made him up? It would not have been the first time people think I made up my boyfriend, especially rather mean people telling me I cannot ever get a real boyfriend, because I cannot even wear makeup due to my allergies, etc., etc. I look way better than he does. He looks like he is fat and lazy asshole who takes advantage of walking next to a queen like you. Now this was a slap in my face that destroyed my customer service mask, and I think he realized it as I straightened up and stepped away from the counter. My boyfriend has a slight weight issue, just like me, yes, but even so, I'm surprised this guy could even fit through the door. And besides, no one, and I mean literally no one, should dare to unironically insult my boyfriend when I can hear it. I had friends tell me that when it comes to standing up for people talking down about my boyfriend, I can turn into a mad dragon. I dare you to say that again. This is also your last chance to take that back. If you do not take it back, I will consider your order cancelled and have you banned from all 3 stores of this brand. As assistant manager, I don't have that power, and it was mainly a bluff anyways, as only the store manager can ban from that store and the owner can do a general ban. But they have to be witness to the reason why, but the anger in my eyes might be a reason he believes me, because he suddenly squeals in a high-pitched, "I am sorry!" Then his pizza is ready. I tell him how much he owed us, with a cold tone in my voice. He pays, takes the pizza, and literally runs out of the store. I don't think that is the last time I will see him, though. One of my colleagues told me he is a regular, and yes, that 6-person pizza is just for him, as he loves to boast how he can easily eat 2 of them in one sitting. In case he ever tries anything again, I will tell you guys about it. 2. I met this creature before I discovered what a neckbeard was, and oh my. He holds up the physical neckbeard standard, very overweight, wears the same leather jacket every day. He will carry a skateboard with him, but never ride it. Speaks like he was raised by the queen, and has a greasy ponytail and fitting beard that stretches way far down his face. Me and my friends first encountered this man when we were 15. He always had weed on him, so we would blaze up with him and thought he was fairly cool. He was 23 at the time. We found it odd he had no friends his age, but enjoyed getting high off him for free. I always found him very strange, and we clashed from the beginning. I'm a girl, so he was instantly very creepy to me, just being a white knight and treating me as if I know nothing. He once told me, "You know, you're much smarter than you look." I was so pissed and just told him to shut up. He told me it was a compliment. I must mention, we never contacted him, he would just find us and not leave. I like to speak about interesting subjects and always like to mildly take the piss out of him, in my own way, and it allowed me to tolerate him. Such as I'd let him do his monologues and just laugh in my head and make it into a casual debate. Now you're probably wondering about the whipping part. After a long time of knowing him, he exposed more and more shitty behavior. He constantly owed money to one of my friends, and would keep spending it in front of them when he was supposed to have none. When I was around, I would not allow this. I would call him out and question him when I knew he was lying, and he would get angry as hell and just make up a bunch of things, and if he had money on him, I made sure it went to my friends. None of them stopped him, though. I have no idea why he is a scumbag, and luckily I haven't seen him in a long time. But he would just treat me like a stupid sandwich maker, and I shut him down. I'm pretty hot-headed when it comes to people I care about, and if someone is degrading me, I would call him up on everything. He would squirm in place and try to act intellectually superior. He was a real, I have a high IQ type of guy. After a while, he knew I was a threat to his money holding. So he would act like a decent person in front of me and never say something awful or ask to borrow money. I was the only thing standing between him and my friends, to make him not be a scumbag. I'm pretty proud of that. I have no clue what he's doing now, but he still looks like a neckbeard when I see him around and hear of his shenanigans from time to time. He still lives with his nan, and he's 26 now. Maybe there is hope, but I would be surprised. Thanks for listening to my unpleasant but rewarding meeting with a neckbeard. 3. Hey, my wee cream pies, I'm here to tell you the story of our friend Scotsbeard, the neckbeard who loves everything to do with Scotland. I am Scottish myself, but currently reside in good old America. This story takes place around 2018. Around 5 months have passed since the talent show, and Scotsbeard, despite being awful at it, is still playing them goddamn bagpipes and still speaking in that Braveheart groundskeeper Willie accent. So here's our lovely cast. Your lovely narrator. 100% Scottish blood, 5'4", quite curvy, and to others, beard bait. Jacko, my boyfriend, blonde hair, tall, skinny, and to Scotsbeard, a Yankee Doodle Chad. Halls, my best friend, half Mexican, also quite good-looking, lesbian, and also a great guitarist. And of course, Scotsbeard, our neckbeard, 6'2", around 300 pounds, loves everything Scottish, avid anime fan, and just a general nuisance. Oh yeah, he also said he was related to William Wallace. He isn't, by the way. The story. Me, Jacko, and Halls were sitting in the study hall revising for an upcoming test. Everything was quiet, not one peep from anyone, until we hear that ungodly-sounding voice saying, "Hello, hello, my wee friends." Ah, bollocks. Scotsbeard walks in with a full tartan outfit complete with the kilt and sporran. Hello, Scotsbeard," I say, trying my best not to laugh. "Isn't it a bonny day, my lassie?" Scotsbeard says in that awful mixed accent. Yeah, it sure is." I'm still trying not to laugh at this point. Halls and Jacko just sit there, trying not to laugh. Scotsbeard keeps rambling on about how Scotland should be its own country, rather than being controlled by the English. The way things are going just now, I would have agreed with that statement if he said it today. He then goes on to talk about William Wallace, his great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. How he was so cool, and one day he hopes to be just like him, leading an army of 6,000 Scots against the cowardly English. And also shouted that infamous line, "They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom." Oh my god. Jacko asked him, "Have you ever been to Scotland?" "Oh, Yankee, I've been to Alba many times. Just recently, I went to see the Loch Ness Monster." Yes, he literally said the Gaelic name instead of just Scotland. After that, it was time for class, finally, and we headed back without making any contact with Scotsbeard. And that's the end of that for tonight. But I have more stories of Scotsbeard and another beardo coming soon, so until next time, bye. 4. This is just one long rant about him. The order is probably gonna be all over the place, but I just found out he got arrested for having some very illegal and fucked up images on his computer. So on with the rant. I'm not gonna use his name, so let's call him Brian. So I met Brian in 8th grade, and at first he seemed kinda cool until all he wanted to talk about was anime and swords and shit. But in 9th grade is when his neckbeard ways just kept climbing. He came to school wearing an all-black attire. complete with fedora and trench coat. He claimed he was the superior gentleman and that all women will fall for him by Christmas. He literally Naruto ran everywhere, kept so many mangas in his backpack that all he could fit was a small binder, and he actually read all the books like he would be reading 2 at a time. I was stuck with him as a partner once with 2 other girls, and we had to vote on who we wanted to present the assignment, and this one girl wanted to do it. He got upset, took the papers and tossed them in the trash. He claimed he was dating a girl he met online who lived in Japan, and claimed he visited her over winter break and came back with a shitty edited photo of him with some random Google search Japanese girl. In fact, someone took the photo and did an image search and showed the literal photo he used. I played baseball, and we had to leave early to go to a game, and he went on some rant about how he never got to leave early and it wasn't fair, because all we did was hit a ball. He got suspended for 15 days because he ran into 2 girls at lunch wanting to be the first in line. Trust me, that was the best 15 days any of us ever had. We literally got so much work done because he was gone and had a private party to celebrate. He ended up failing the final and freaked out, but somehow passed enough to go to the next grade, 10th grade. I didn't really have any classes with him. All I know is someone destroyed his DS and he was going on a manhunt to find out. 11th grade. Had one class with him temporarily, more on that later, but the teacher basically told him to shut up and banned him from wearing the trench coat because he looked like a wannabe mafia guy. He definitely didn't take a liking to her, and I know he ended up getting kicked out because he had to take these special courses that the school ordered, where he had to show up like an hour early or stay an hour later to make up classes. But he had to do both and give up his lunch, so he can attend some type of catch-up class during lunch. But the month he was in that class, all he did was read manga and mess around on his phone. Then we had off-campus lunch, and apparently he was free to go off and eat on Fridays, and would go into this field between the school and the mall and practice his katana skills. I remember me and my friends passing him by because we went to Hooters a few times, and I remember him seeing our to-go cups, and he said something like, "While you peasants were lusting over the bosom of a harlot, I was practicing the blade and making my ancestors happy." 12th grade. He absolutely lost it this year. The fact he somehow got D's on all his classes and was enough to pass him is beyond me. I know he was stuck doing 3 extra classes again, and he needed a fine arts credit, and ended up taking stagecraft with me, which he promptly got kicked out of, and was forced to take something else. He got banned from off-campus lunch because he was caught practicing his katana and just basically stayed by himself in the library. Then at graduation, while we were walking back to the seats, he Naruto ran. Well, the last official time I saw him was a diploma pickup. I needed some extra volunteer hours for a grant at college and was able to give diplomas out. He was the only person not to receive one who actually walked. On the roster, if you were on the verge of passing, you got to walk, but that didn't promise a diploma, and that was finalized during the summer. I never heard from him again until just recently, when my friend told me he got caught with... yeah. 5. Hi everybody. This is the story of a neckbeard I met at work. I'm a 20-year-old bartender, who at the moment is in love with Star Wars, mainly Kylo Ren. You may judge me. I have recently bought myself a Kylo Ren hoodie and wore it over to work. It's cold and the hoodie is big and warm. I walked in, greeted my manager for the evening, and was about to get changed into my uniform when I heard a voice behind me. This is the neckbeard. Now him and his family come in often, and he always stayed really quiet. He was on the more overweight side of the scale and had dark, close to black, greasy hair, and the neckbeard to match. NB, neckbeard, EM, entitled mom, CW, co-worker, OP, me. Oh, you like Star Wars. What's your favorite episode out of the series? Now, this doesn't seem out of the ordinary to me. I get a lot of people at the bar who happily strike up a conversation. Now, I have been watching the movies. I am not that far in, and only know the new ones better at the moment. Oh, I really like The Force Awakens. It was great and interesting to... Why on earth would you watch the new ones? The old ones are so much better and have so much more class. Well, I have only just started watching the old ones. I only know the new ones at the moment.
But why? I mean, you can't watch Star Wars unless it's the classics. The new ones are shit.
Oh, that's too bad. I really like the new ones. Kylo is my favorite character.
Why? Because he's a bad guy who treats women like trash? All you girls are the same, only wanting the bad boys.
No, I will admit I do love the bad guys in movies, mainly those with dark hair, Loki, Jeff the Killer, Dobby from My Hero Academia, Kylo Ren. But I would never go out with people who treat me like trash. I do have a type. Tall, dark-hair boys do catch my eye, but shitty personality is a no. I begin to make my way to the changing room so I can get to work. My manager took NB's drink order and took him and his family to a table. And now this is where I find out I effed up. When NB heard me say tall and dark hair, he thought I was flirting with him. I'm not really into dating anybody at the moment, and didn't realize what I said could have been taken out of context. I get changed, head back to the bar and begin to make drinks and clean tables, if I have nothing else to do. It was a quiet night, and I had finished most of my closing jobs by 8:30 p.m. We closed at 11. NB and his family had just ordered their food and made another drink order. I made their drinks and took them over. I placed them down onto the table and asked if there was anything else people wanted. Mistake number 2.
Yes, there is something else,
said his mother. Oh, what would you like?
You seem like a nice girl and very pretty, except your short hair.
I have short, dark hair.
You would make a great girlfriend for my son.
I was taken aback by this and didn't really know what to say. Luckily, the starters came out fast, and I made my getaway. I began to wipe down the bar tables, trying to stay away from the family, and just sang along with the music we play at work. NB came over to the bar, and I had no choice but to go over and make his drink. Can I help you at all, sir?
No, milady. There's no need for such formalities. I just wanted to come over and talk to you more about Star Wars.
I shouldn't have done this, my final mistake. I was happy to talk about it and said sure. I didn't have anything else to do.
So why do you like Kylo Ren? I mean, he's a jerk who hurt Rey, and he's part of the dark side.
I don't know why, but I just really like him. It seems bad, but I like movie villains, mainly those with dark hair. My friends take the piss out of me for it.
But why? Villains will only break your heart, and they harm beautiful ladies. I mean, what would you do if you met a dark-haired hero?
Oh well, what are they like? Are they funny, mysterious, or caring?
Doesn't matter. They have dark hair, and you said you like guys with dark hair.
I do, it's just a preference. I would still like someone with light hair or colored hair, but I just really like dark hair. We all have preferences. This is where his true neckbeard self came to light.
That's true. My girlfriend will be like
he was going to get this type of girl, not preferring this type.
Slender, long hair, big tits for me to touch, and a massive ass for me to squeeze. She will know how to cook and clean and only want me and nobody else. Someone like Lucy from Fairy Tail or Hinata from Naruto.
I was getting uncomfortable at this after he was done. I realized I ran into a true neckbeard. I tried my best to get away from the conversation, but nothing worked. I need to make a drink. He would still talk to me. I need to clean up. He would wait and then carry on what he was saying. After some time, I went to the kitchen and stayed in there in hopes he would get bored and leave the bar. Nope. I came back after 10 minutes and there he is, this time with his mother.
Oh, there you are. I thought you left without saying goodbye.
Sorry, I was working.
You know, if you date my son, you won't have to work again. He could look after you and make sure you live in luxury.
Oh, well, I'm really sorry, but I'm not that interesting.
And why not? He would make you a perfect boyfriend. He's your type, tall and dark hair.
I mentally smacked myself for saying that and try not to seem rude. I'm really sorry, but I'm just not interested. No, I'm really sorry, but I have to get back to work.
Why aren't you interested? I have dark hair, so why won't you date me? Is it because I'm not a 6'6" Chad who lifts some metal and treats you like trash? Is that what you want?
I was slowly getting angry and doing my best to stay calm. I explained I have work to do and left to help the waiters and waitresses with their closing jobs. It is now close to 10, and I thought we could go home early if we finish up as fast as we can. But we couldn't because of NB and his family. We can only start asking people to leave at 11:20. One of my co-workers from the kitchen decided to help out so we could go home as soon as NB's table left. Hey LP, you seemed annoyed earlier, what happened? I explained what happened and told CW that it just annoyed me a little bit. CW understood and decided that he would clean up the areas near NB, and I could do the areas as far away. EM didn't like the fact that I rejected her son and came over and demanded to know why I wouldn't date him.
My son is your type. Just date him and you can have whatever you want. Sure, you might need to change a few things, grow your hair, maybe some plastic surgery.
No offense, but no. I don't want to date your son, and I'm happy with the way I look. Yes, I like tall and dark-haired, but I just don't want to date him. And then it hits me. A plan I have only ever had to use once since working here. And beside, my girlfriend would be hella pissed with me.
Girlfriend? But you're a girl yourself. You can't have children with a girl.
I know, but I really love her. So I'm sorry, but I will not be dating your son. She ended up walking away in a huff and demanded her family to get up so they could leave. NB looked annoyed and demanded that they stayed.
She just needs a man to change her mind. Don't worry, I just need to show Milady that she needs a true man in her life.
I was about to flip, but my knight in shining armor came in the form of a lanky member of the kitchen. Hey, can you please not talk to my colleague that way? She isn't interested. Now I left after that. I didn't want to stick around and get more angry. But I heard from people who stuck around. My manager came and told CW off for being rude to customers, and told NB and his family to leave for being disrespectful to his employees. They left, and my manager sent me home once I was done cleaning. Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Neckbeards in the Wild, number 37 in a row. And thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use their stories in this video. Well, it's been a hot minute since I did one of these, well over a month I think. And it felt very good to dust off the old Neckbeard voices and try a few new ones as well. Good news is I already have a start on the Neckbeard video after this. Probably be at least 2 weeks before it goes up. I'd like to get back, if possible, to doing them every couple of weeks, but we'll see. I'm noticing that the Neckbeard subreddits are filling up a little more. That's hopefully a good sign. Okay, and I think I'll wrap things up there, so until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourselves.